Are you guys following Petr Yan? I have never been more interested in Yan, and I have been sold on Yan for a period of time as a straight-up badass. As good as Yan is, it turned out he's better than I knew he was the night he fought Sandhagen, because he had to make adjustments. Sandhagen was looking good. That first round, Sandhagen was looking good. Jan's got to get inside. You'll hear that all the time for the longer guy. Oh, if he can keep him at the end of his punches and keep him outside. And the shorter guy, oh, he's got to get inside and find a way to work the fight. Lazy people will say this all the time, but it's still true. If you have the shorter reach, you do have to do that. You do have to find a way to time that. You have to find a way to get inside with punches coming at you as you're bobbing and weaving before you go to the body to distract him to come upstairs. I mean, it's one of these things, and Yan did it. I get annoyed when people say that. Wow, keep your end of the punches. Oh, he's got to get inside. I get annoyed because most athletes don't know how to do it. Yan does, and it's a skill, and it's hard. Yan's awesome. Yan is not interesting. I didn't do that. Don't be mad at me. Danny's going to be texting me his manager in a minute here. How'd you say he's not interesting? I don't make the rules. I sit back and observe. He's just not that interesting of a guy. The most interesting thing that Petr Yan has ever done is he was backstage with Cody Garbrandt, and he puffed up to Cody. People in the streets don't puff up to Cody. They just don't, because you'll have to fight. Cody's that guy. You will have to fight him. Even if you're going to beat him, you're going to have to do it, right? You know guys like that? Petr Yan buffed right up to him and somebody caught it on camera. It was interesting. That's all I'm saying. These guys handled it like gentlemen, which is they did not touch each other. They walked away, but there was an intensity and there was a stare down. You learned a lot about Petr Yan in that moment. He's outnumbered. I don't know where it was, but I know what in Russia. I know he wasn't surrounded by people that speak his language. I don't know how many buddies Cody had with him, but he stepped in enemy territory. I'm talking about Yan. This is before Yan's a world champion, and Cody is, and he puffed right up to him, and they're separated weight classes. It was an interesting moment. That's all I'm saying. I don't have a whole lot more of those I can give you on Yan. Pretty straightforward guy. He's not bilingual. He's not looking to go out and do things. Now, this is not a kick Petr Yan session. It's just the opposite, because now things have changed. Yan, due to the obviousness that's going on in the world, particularly Russia, who he can't get his cornerman out, is now going to social media looking for a corner team. And I almost jumped in on this. Just because of my relationship with Danny, his manager, I was going to say, hey, I'm going to be at that fight, and I'll help him out, whatever he needs. Then I'm glad I didn't do it, because I would have looked like a fool. It turns out that Yan is just playing, and it's very interesting. You tell me the last time you've ever had a stone-cold hammer from Russia that was playful. Tell me. Fiction or nonfiction, you tell me any character. Because the Russians always get depicted, it goes back to Rocky, right? The U.S. versus the USSR, like we just could never get it right. And the Cold War, it's just one of these things. But then when you meet these guys, they're pretty stoic. It kind of goes right back into line with the stereotypical Ivan Drago. I've never seen one be playful. And now Petr Yan is coming out and showing us he's got a hell of a sense of humor. He's getting back and forth going with Henry Cejudo. Yan said, I don't have a corner, I'm looking to do it. Sean O'Malley offered. That could have been tongue-in-cheek, but that's a damn good offer. If Sean O'Malley's willing to work your corner, you probably got to take him up on that. And Yan responded. I wasn't quite able to tell, okay, are these guys joking? Or do they not know? Are they kind of kidding to make sure the other guy's serious, right? Then Henry comes into it. And Yan tells Henry, hey, coach, what are you doing? Now, him calling Henry coach made me think he was actually being sincere. He came with his hat in his hand. Henry responded and said, I will do it if you get me a booster seat. You need me. But he spelled knee, K-N-E-E-D. Right, you need me. All right, you get it. But now Henry's working shtick. So Yan responds and says, we just have one condition. Don't bring any of your crappy advice. Just bring the water and hold the towel and you can do the corner. So now I go, okay, they're kidding. They're back to kidding. Are they not kidding? Are they serious? I don't really need to know right now. That fight will be soon enough. We'll find out who's in the corner. If I was to predict it for you, probably Khabib and team. Either way, Yan is now playful. You now got the stone-cold hammer from Russia who's got a sense of humor. It's never been done. It's very interesting, and I'm feeling myself getting pulled towards it. Petr Yan is making me a fan. He's making me rethink everything. He already showed me the skills. Now, can anybody with a clean-cut haircut that doesn't speak English and weighs 135 pounds get over in North America? Well, maybe. We might have just found him. Petr Yan is turning a corner debacle into headline news. That's hard to do. He got dealt a hand. He turned it. I do have to tell you guys a funny story. When Petr Yan told Henry, here's the deal. Keep all your crappy advice to yourself. Just bring the water and towel. I had that happen. One of my teammates, who will remain unnamed, told a coach that one day. I have a teammate, he's one of the toughest guys I have ever met in my life. He is so uncoachable. This teammate of mine, he is so stubborn. He works his ass off and everybody likes him, and he is so stubborn. He is so set in his ways. We had a coach came up to him, talked to him. My teammate listened, then responded to the coach. He said, Coach, here's the thing. Don't talk to me before practice, during practice, or after practice. Turned and walked away. And that coach, who's damn good, never said a word to him again. So I don't know why I wanted you guys to hear that story. I guess just I'm reminiscing and it's funny, but it did remind me of that when Jan told Henry, here's the thing. Don't say a word. Just hold the towel and give me water when I need it. There was something about it. I liked it. There's something about this playful, stoic, awesome fighter from Russia. This is a marketing thing that has never happened. It's very serendipitous. This was not a plan, but Jan is playing it beautifully. I just wanted to give him a shout out.